Hello and welcome. If you're on the hunt for the right dog trainer here in Ithaca, you are in the perfect spot. We're going to walk through everything you need to know to make a great choice for both you and your dog. Picking a trainer in Ithaca isn't just about basic commands. It's about finding someone who really gets our local lifestyle, from navigating the commons on a busy Saturday to hiking the gorge trails. Because that's the goal, right? A dog that can handle the buzz of the farmer's market, stay calm around campus, and just be a good companion out on the trails. So the question is, how do you find that person? We're going to break down the most important factors so you can feel really confident in your decision. Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about training, specifically for life in Ithaca. Then, what to look for in a trainer, what you can expect to pay, some key questions to ask, and finally, we'll get into local rules and places you can practice. All right, let's start with what training looks like for our unique town. The goal is to give your dog the skills to handle everything from busy sidewalks in College Town to a quiet walk through the gorges. Okay, one of the most important ideas you'll hear about is positive reinforcement. This is really the modern standard for effective training. It's all about using rewards, like treats or praise, to build a strong, trusting bond. It's not about force or intimidation. This approach is fantastic for building a confident dog that won't get overwhelmed in Ithaca's busier spots. So now that we know what kind of training we're looking for, let's talk about how to find the right person. We're going to decode some of those certifications you might see and talk about the different ways training is offered. You'll probably see a bunch of letters after a trainer's name. And yeah, it can look a bit like alphabet soup, but these letters actually mean something. They show that a trainer is dedicated to their education and uses modern, science-backed methods. And if you're dealing with a more serious issue, a certification like the CBCCKA is a really good sign you're talking to a true expert.
Now, you'll generally see two main options: group classes or private lessons. Think of it this way. Group classes are great for learning general manners and how to handle distractions. Perfect practice for the farmer's market. Private lessons, on the other hand, are where you can really focus on specific issues, like if your dog dashes out the front door or gets anxious when you leave your apartment.
All right, let's talk about the financial side of things. It's helpful to know the typical costs here in Tompkins County so you can plan for this investment in your dog. So here's the general idea of what to expect for 2026. A 6-week group class for puppies or general obedience usually falls somewhere between about $175 and $350. A single 1-hour private lesson is typically between $100 and $160. And then you have the more intensive options like board and train programs. As you can see, those are a pretty big investment, sometimes costing up to $4,000 or more. It just really shows how important it is to do your research and find the right fit. Okay, so when you're ready to talk to a potential trainer, having a few questions prepared can make all the difference. Think of this as your consultation checklist. You'll definitely want to ask about their training philosophy. You're listening for positive reinforcement. It's also great to ask how they'll help you apply the training to your actual life here in Ithaca. And number 6 is a big one, especially for behavioral issues. A trainer who's willing to collaborate with your vet is a very good sign. Now for the fun part. Once you've got a trainer and a plan, it's time to put those new skills to the test. Let's cover some local rules and great places to practice. First up, something every dog owner in Ithaca should know. The leash law says your dog needs to be on a leash that's 8 feet or shorter in all public spaces. It's a simple rule that helps keep everyone safe and comfortable. And here's a really helpful local tip. In Tompkins County, your dog's current rabies tag actually serves as its license. You don't need a separate county license tag, so just make sure that rabies tag is on their collar and you're good to go. Ithaca has some amazing real-world training grounds. The Cass Park Dog Park is a safe, fenced-in area to work on recall. The Cornell Botanic Gardens are perfect for practicing leash skills with tons of sights and smells as distractions. And the Black Diamond Trail is fantastic for practicing a nice, loose leash walk. When it's all said and done, it really comes down to this: finding a professional who understands your day-to-day life here and can help you and your dog enjoy it to the fullest. With the right trainer by your side and a little bit of practice, you can absolutely get there. Good luck with your search. Having a well-trained dog makes every walk in the neighborhood, every visit from friends, and every trip to a local park that much more enjoyable and relaxing for everyone.